Hi there, my name is Shankar. I am a recruitment professional. I have been in recruitment for the last almost 12 years and hired more than 4,000 people across sales, product, engineering, success, customer support, and many roles. And in this video, I'm going to talk about avoiding the common mistakes during a job interview. So let's go ahead. Great. So this is the small presentation which I have created about avoiding the common mistakes during an interview. So let's go with the one. First is, as it's mentioned, preparation is the key. For any interview, whenever you are going for appear for an interview, it is virtual or face-to-face, always remember that preparation is the only one thing that can really help you to crack those interviews apart from your personal and professional skills. So first part, let's break this into three. Preparation one is the research about the organization. You should know about the company, what they do, what is their business, what is their culture, what is their product, where they are based out of, what is their revenue, and there are many information that you can go and get from the internet. These research will help you to answer some of the questions that obviously will come, like why do you want to work with us, what do you know about this company, how will you make a decision if you'll have to join this XYZ company. So that's where this research will play an important role. Second is wearing a proper dress. While I have seen a lot of people wear very casual dress, like they come in a loose t-shirt, a cap, they wear some sunglasses. Those are the bad practice, and you should avoid this. Wear some gentle and decent clothes that really represent that how professional you are and how well you can accommodate to the professional circle. The second part is practice your responses. We often go for an interview, but we do not prepare about what can be the questions, what can be the areas on which I can be asked the questions, or I can prepare them before the interview. And in any interview, there are more than 60 or 70% of interview questions. Those are repeated, and you can find them on internet like Glassdoor, Ambition Box, and there are multiple platforms where previous candidate do mention their questions and answers that they were asked for a job that you are going for. So that's the best practice. You go to internet, pull out those questions and prepare them in advance so that once you are being asked these questions, you do a job, great job. Next is behavior during the interviews. This is important. While you answer any question, you need to build a right contact with your recruiter or interviewer. Create small rapport with your interviewer, but avoid oversharing informations. Be very limited to the answers that you need to give. Do not give any other answers that is not required for the job, because it may go against your interview feedback. Now, positive body language is the one thing, right? We often see during an interview, some people feel nervous, some people do not make eye contact, some people fumble, and some people try to show like they are not enjoying the interview, they are disengaged. These are the important part of any interview, and you should not do this. The first part is always keep smile on your face, try to do an eye contact, do not look here and there, be very specific to the interviewers and what he or she is asking, and try to be sit straight. Do not keep your body like lean or a little bit inclined towards up or down or left and right. That's important thing. Being straight and looking at the interviewer's face is also important. The second, the important part is that active listening. While you are answering the questions, the best part is that you should understand the questions, and for that, active listening is important. The most common mistake I have seen people doing, that whenever they are requested to answer anything, they straight away jump to the answer. They do not take a time to compile their answer, to think, or to understand the context of the questions. So once you do the active listening, do not go straight answering those questions. Take pause for 10 to 15 seconds, understand the context of the questions, and then you go about your answers. In case if you're not able to build the answer instantly, You can stop for a while, think, and come up with the best possible relevant answer for it. And do not interrupt the interviewer while that person is trying to ask any kind of questions. Another is a thank you or greetings after the interview that you should do. Whenever you are completing your interview, you should always go and thank your recruiter or interviewer for giving this opportunity. You can do it through LinkedIn, through email, through call, or through message, or maybe on the same call. And do not forget to make a follow-up after your interview regarding your feedback. In case if you do not hear back from the candidate, save the email ID, save the contact number, which is very important, because when you do a follow-up after an interview, it shows that you're really looking forward for that opportunity. Cool. The next part is showing your skills and experience. I have seen people often in interviews, they only talk about their roles and responsibilities, what they did, and they talk about some negative things about their organization, that why they are looking for a change, why they left their previous organization. You don't have to do this. Be very careful that you are able to highlight a lot of good positive things about you, your achievements, like, you were the top performer, you helped this team grow by X%, you helped company building this XYZ features, because people are not looking for what you did and what you are doing, but people are really looking forward for your core achievements that is really recognizable and easily it's quantifiable. So that's important part, that you remember your achievements and highlight them during the interview. Now, being very relevant to the position is important, right? If you're being asked to answer XYZ questions, do not go and answer ABC. That happens when you don't understand the context or you don't try to keep the relevancy during the interview. For that, you need to be very careful about you are limited and being very point to the skills or the experience which is required for that job, and you're giving the relevant answer according to the job descriptions and the question that you have to answer it. Now, adaptability is another key thing. I have seen people often when they are being corrected by the interviewer, they do not take it very positively and they try to answer, no, this is the correct answer. I know this is how it works. It doesn't matter what you are answering or what the person is trying to correct you, but it is important that you are being adaptive. You are showing that yes, you are agreeing this can be one thing and you will really work on it. So that's the one thing, and you have to be very respectful about the feedback which you're receiving from the interview during an interview, and you show that you're willing to learn from it. Now, another is how you can avoid negative or arrogant behavior during an interview. Um, Whenever I ask a question, why do you want to change the job? A lot of people talk about the bad thing about the organization, that my culture is bad, my manager is bad, I'm not getting this XYZ skills to learn, the company is not paying me well. There are a lot of negative answers that usually candidates do come up with. You don't have to do this, because people will not give you the job because how bad situations was at your organization, but people are looking for your positive mindset, that how well you were able to come from those kind of bad situation and still you were able to grow and you were able to thrive. Avoid talking about negatively about your company or previous employer, colleagues. Instead, highlight how you have overcome and challenges achieve those success in your organization. Be humble and respectful. Avoid interrupting interviewer, as I mentioned earlier, and acknowledge the areas where you still have room for growth or improvements. Another is accept the responsibilities of the failure. Acknowledge the mistakes or the weakness if you have experience, and describe that how you are working on it, how you will work on it, and how you will improve those mistakes, because these are the few things that definitely a company would like to see in a candidate. Because you may know 2 or 5 things, but it's important that if you are really willing to learn from your mistakes, if you're really willing to take a feedback for learning the new things, and you know that what are your gap and what are your lacking areas. So this was a short video. I hope you liked it. Stay tuned for the next videos. Thank you.